Hey guys, welcome back to my hillside. Thanks for subscribing if you haven't already. Please go ahead and hit that subscription link there. Give us some thumbs up because what's about to happen is something you're going to like. And if you haven't already watched some videos, you probably should because there's some really cool stuff going on the channel. Really excited for this season coming up. So it's going to be some super awesome stuff coming on. So today, what I'd like to talk to you about is pH, and more specifically, adding soil amendments and how that may or may not affect the pH. So, things like blueberries require very acidic soil. Some things like, I believe, like asparagus and some of your brassicas can actually handle a more alkaline, type of environment. So, what I have before me here, this is some aged horse manure and just water. This is rainwater from the rain barrel. Some of my biochar in here and rainwater, of course. And this is used coffee grounds, okay? Used coffee grounds in here, biochar, and some manure and water. So what I have now here is my pH meter. Okay, it's a digital one. So I'm just going to go ahead and just try this out to see what the pH is or if it changes at all. So in the horse manure, looks like we have a 6.37. So it's slightly acidic. Okay, 6.37 is not that bad. 7 being neutral. Okay, so anything less than that is a little acidic. More than that would be on the alkaline side. So for the biochar water, it's going to give it a stir. That's showing 6.55. So that's more, not quite as, acidic as a horse manure, but still, nonetheless, it's really not affecting the pH of the liquid. So what we have here is the final one, which is the used coffee grounds. Now, most people will tell you that coffee grounds are acidic. Okay, that's not actually true. The grounds themselves, aside from being a very fabulous source of slow-release nitrogen, soil amendment, that's perfect for your worm farms and worm castings and stuff like that. But the used coffee grounds do not change the pH that much. Okay, now if you used old coffee, yes, brewed coffee would be very acidic. Okay, but the coffee grounds themselves are not going to change the pH that much of the solution. So what we have, go ahead and mix it in here a little bit. Not sure if you can read it there. Right at 5.0. So it is acidic, okay, but it's not super abundantly acidic, okay? And this is just a rough, estimate for this study here. There's nothing really overly scientific other than I put the nutrients in, let it sit for 2 days to make sure to get nice and stirred up, nice and dissolved and diffused into the liquid there. So, like I said, of the three, the coffee grounds added to the water was at around a 5, which is acidic. I mean, it is, but it's not going to be, terribly acidic that it's going to burn your plants up. I want to try this biochar once again. Yep, it's reading about the same as it was last time. Just get a second opinion on that. So officially, if you want to use this digital pH meter, I'm supposed to rinse this off with distilled water in between testing the two before you try different substance. So it may or may not be, the most accurate, but this is just a rough guide to show you that the horse manure and the biochar slightly acidified the liquid, but the coffee grounds did give it more acidity. And that being said, as far as proportion goes, it was actually a pretty substantial amount of coffee grounds I put into just a little bit of water. So it may have something to do with it. If I were to redesign this study or whatever, experiment, I would probably standardize the amount of water and the substance of each three and then go from there. But this is just to show you, demonstrate firsthand that yes, the coffee grounds will acidify your water. Okay. A lot of people say that it's not, but it does a little bit. Okay. The biochar, some people may say it adds a lot of alkalinity to your soil, but mine was reading 6.5, 6.4, something like that, which is slightly acidic, but not that much. Okay, but it did not make it alkaline, which, I kind of had a hunch in my back of my mind that it would make it increase the alkalinity. People may confuse that with wood ashes. So that might be something else I'll try. Just get some wood ashes, mix with the water, and try this experiment out as well. Now they got my little brand new toy here, my digital pH meter, which is pretty cool. Works right away, just out of the package, turn it on and use it right away. So So pretty cool little new toy here on the hillside to play with. So like I said, this is just a little quick segment about, if you want to start adding some stuff to your garden, it's very simple to just check the pH of something. If you think that your soil, just get a scoop of your garden soil, put it with equal parts of water, rainwater preferably, make sure it's not, it's dechlorinated and stuff like that. Check the pH of the water ahead of time. Record that. So if it's at a perfect 7.0, okay, maybe your water might be slightly acidic or alkaline to begin with. So make a note, add your substance that you're going to test it out, and then what you need to do is let it sit, make sure it's good and mixed in, and then test it, and see if it changed. Did it bring it down? Did it raise the pH? Okay, so if you have any question about the stuff that you're adding to your garden, if you're really concerned about the acidity level, if maybe you're growing potatoes. Potatoes do not like alkaline soil. You'll get scab and other things like this, so you're going to make sure you have an acidic soil, not an alkaline soil for potatoes, and especially blueberries. Especially, they need a very, very acidic soil. So, if you're afraid that adding to something may, raise the pH level, which would be detrimental to your blueberries or potatoes, you can always check something like that. It's really simple, guys. A lot of people think you need to send stuff off to a laboratory, or that there's, something really overly difficult, or some kind of, something way over your head, you can't figure it out. But there you go. Just a really quick example of how you can just mix some substance with the rainwater, let it sit, throw in a digital pH meter, and see what it says. That's about as scientific as it needs to be. If you really want to analyze it and get down to that level and get a soil test and these things, by all means. But if you want something just quick, just as something peace of mind or reference, or just a gee whiz, like, hey, I want to add some bone meal. I heard it will raise the alkalinity. You know what? Make a little experiment, try it out, prove it to yourself. It's cool to learn, it's fun to learn, it's really easy, and everything you learn is just another tool in the tool belt that you can use in the old garden, and that's all we need. We just need to keep adding more and more information to our arsenal. Helps us all become better gardeners. So this is just a quick little tip from the Hillside Gardener. Get yourself a little digital pH meter. Make sure you use some rainwater. Mix your substances together. Test it out. Write it down. That's one thing I always mess up on, is I don't write stuff down, which I really should. It makes it a lot easier in the long run, quite honestly. But anyways, I'll go ahead and stop rambling right here. Let you guys go. This is the Hillside Gardener signing off. I'll catch you next time here on the Hillside. Bye-bye.